right, thank you. Hi. I'm Reverend Jeannie, and I know you're wondering, is this like a fashion statement or a spiritual lesson? And the answer is yes. Okay? It's very difficult to maneuver in a hoop, and I had no dresses that this would go under. So, and plus it's more important that you see the hoop in this scenario here. We heard from Ernest Holmes this morning in reference to the power we seek is not outside of us. So what does that have to do with this? Well, have you ever stepped outside of your hoop? You know, got yourself in somebody else's hoop? Like maybe thought that it was your job to fix, to save, to make better, to make worse. Can't always say that everybody's intentions are pure. When we step outside of our hoop and into someone else's, even when we want to help, we're giving away our power. So that is what today is about. It's about our boundaries and our power. As you can see, my hoop moves with me. Right, Mike asked me, will you be moving around? And I said, I have to show off the hoop. And I've watched Reverend Gina's talks on the hula hoop recently. And one of the things that she talked about was giving up that idea of controlling it. And if you look, this hoop just moves with me, no matter what. Am I too much moving? Oh, okay, good. This is my ability, and I'm a recovering alcoholic as well. And one of the things that we talk about in the 12-step program is staying inside your hoop, inside your business, right? Taking your own image on your own side of the street, right? And this is a visual reminder of doing that. Because I don't know about you guys, but my heart is full of compassion, full of wanting to help. And I'm a mom, and a grandmom, and a best friend, and a partner, and a boss, and a minister. And believe it or not, as a minister, people tell you things in their lives that is so, sometimes, so horrific, so heartbreaking, so I want to help you. And sometimes I just can't step outside of the hoop. My center has to be my divine center. And knowing the truth for you doesn't mean opening my pocketbook. It doesn't mean opening up a vein, and there are so many times we play fix-it fairy to the point of our detriment, and we lose who we are in this world. So the hoop skirt, is our ability to remember our sanctuary and our space. Holy shift! That's with an F, just in case I said it too fast for you. That is where I live today. I live in sanctuary and sovereignty and sacred play. The things with Holy Shift for me is about taking those things that are everyday scenarios in my life and moving it into a divine presence and a divine opportunity to be there as God for you. And you to be open to feel that and experience that and be God as you with me. And that's an amazing place to be. Thank you for the meditation. I was totally feeling that experience of the divine, right? That's why you get up early on a Sunday morning and come here, right? It's because you want to feel that experience of the divine. Because there's nothing like that. There's no drug, there's no drink, there's no shopping experience, though I've tried all of the above, that makes that feeling inside of us bloom to just be available to divine consciousness, right? Ernest Holmes said, there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. But I don't want to use it. I want it to use me. I want to be that vessel that brings that about, that brings that love, that joy, that inspiration to others. And there is where I'm willing to be outside of my hoop. Now let me explain that for you. That does not deplete me. When I am in divine consciousness, and yes, we always are, but you know what I'm talking about, right? That difference between when I'm driving down California highways. You guys have left-hand exits. Who does that? You know, and people are cutting you off, and right? I will tell you that I'm not always in divine consciousness at that point consciously. I will say, some words come out of my mouth and there's no F in my shift. And, you know, there's that time period where I forget who I am. And one of the things that I am so blessed with is that I have practitioners in my life and ministers in my life. When I forget who I am, they're there for me. And I hope that you remember that in your life. That you have someone that you can turn to and say, look, I'm not feeling my divine presence today. This is what's going on. And they say, oh, let me hold you and know the perfection that is you in this moment. And that is how we can be with someone. And our hoops can be next to and not interfering with. Right? Because we want to give everybody the dignity of their own decisions. Everyone is welcome to experience themselves as God, just as we are. So when you jump into someone else's hula hoop, you rob them of that opportunity to shine. The hoop creates space, right? You can't get too close to me in this. I got space. But it's a sacred space of awareness. It's not a wall, right? Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever had somebody who just learned the word boundary, and they say the word no before you ever open your mouth, and everything is a no. I was like that newly in recovery. My first 2 years, I was no. I'm never doing anything for anyone again. No. There's a difference between open service and being available and the part I said that goes to fix it fairy. I'm a pendulum, right? I mean, even when I got into ministry, I was like, I went to church one day, I was a member the next, I was in practitioner training and a minister. Like I am all on board. And so when I had learned about boundaries for the first time and saying no, and that was a complete sentence. That was so lovely to hear. That was a complete sentence. I could tell people no. I abused my privilege. I will say that. I said no to everything, even things I would have enjoyed doing. But I had to learn. I had to develop that experience of knowing where I end physically, emotionally, mentally, and where you begin. And I'm not talking about separation, but again, I'm talking about that dignity that we give to other beings that are here as God in form, to allow them to be that. Right? We each have that experience. And we can do that together. We can be part of the experience without robbing someone of that. So now, I want to see if you're willing to do that. Yes? No? I mean, the lights are in my eyes. I'm just checking. It's a maybe? Okay. Everybody up. Everybody up. All right, so what do I have here? I probably have a little bit of room. Give yourself a little bit of room, right? Give yourself some expansiveness there. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Know that. And let's say we step into that hoop experience that I want you to now fill with calm. What does calm feel like in your hoop? Right? Letting go of any anxiety, anything that causes us to have to do. We're just going to be. And now we're going to fill that hoop up with compassion. We have compassion inside our hoop. We know that this hoop is calm and compassionate. And we're not just going to stand around being calm and compassionate. We're going to add in curiosity. A curious nature that helps us, that moves us, that swings our hoop forward. And as we fill this hoop, this is ours. We bring this up into our heart space. And if that feels comfortable to you, touch your heart. That feeling of calm, compassion, curiosity. Breathe into that. Let that flow. Feel that come up your spine, to your head, to your crown chakra, filling that space where you are open at the top. That divine consciousness that is you. And as you feel this, I welcome you back into our hoop, feeling that and knowing that this is ours. Now when you may be seated. When you go into the world knowing that sacredness, that bubble of safety, that's you. You are guided, guarded, and protected. It's invisible. You're not going to walk around with these, but if you'd like one, it's $19.99 on Amazon. I mean, if you need, I'm a visual person. Sometimes I might be wearing this next week. You know, oh, don't dare me. That might be a thing. We'll see the lives. I'm at work in my hoop. You know, hoops are playful, right? I'm just having a blast up here. Well, one, I love the fact that Reverend Gina is like, yes, I can take my shoes off because, on my ministry and sofa Sundays, I never wear shoes on the sofa. So I was like, good, because even though I have cute shoes, I took them off. And I love being playful. I love the experience. I say, I'm here to give God a good time as Jeannie. That's my motto. I love play, and I love sacred play even more. I love to be able to be out and know that where I am, God is. And I'll tell you, I'm not somebody, I just did something recently and I introduced myself as a minister in a non-ministerial place, and the woman says, well, I hope you don't pray for me. And I said, well, only if you ask. You know, I just want that ability to be loved. And sometimes people don't trust that, right? They don't trust that experience. They think you're out for something. They think you want something from them. And that, for me, is where I have to step into my hope, my boundaries. Because one of my things is I want people to like me. I'm a little bit of a people pleaser. I want people to like being around me. I want to be somebody who brings joy. And when people are, I feel like it's my job to make them like me. You ever have somebody that wanted to make you, like them? Man, they will do anything, right? And I have learned that some people do. I am very polarizing, I will tell you. I mean, not bipolar, but I am polarizing. People either love me or hate me. There is no in between with me. And I get that now. I do get that now. And that's okay. It really is okay. Because the people that love me, they're part of my tribe. They're the people that I want around me. And the people that are like, hey, no, that's not my gig, that's all right too. I love you, bless you. As our friend Dr. James says, highest and furthest. That's okay. You don't have to be in my tribe. I know you will find yours. I like that, maybe our awakening, it doesn't have to be so serious. Right? I don't know about you guys, but I am one of those people that has learned things via 2x4s. Right? I came to sobriety via stage 3 cancer. I came to ministry via stage 4 cancer. I had a heart attack to find the cancer, and I had all 4 joints replaced. When I tell you that I learned the hard way, I'm not kidding. Right? I'm just, there's like this, whoop, hey, Jeannie, want to pay attention here? Okay, then. Look, a baby bird. Yeah, so I want to invite you not to learn the hard way. I want to invite you to step into the sacred awakening through play, through joy, through movement and dance, through song, through yoga, through crystals, through prayer and meditation, through cartwheels, through tree climbing, through peacocks. Whatever it is that brings you joy, bring more of it to your life. Please bring more of it to your life. If it's chocolate, bring me some. See, because here, even though this hoop moves with me, the real hoop is inside. So I have another little experiential because I like to keep people involved. I am going to say something and you are going to respond. So we call this call and response is actually what we call this. Your response is, I stay in my hoop. Let me hear it. All right. When the world pulls on me, I stay in my hoop. When emotions rise around me, I stay in my hoop. When someone wants me to carry their story, I stay in my hoop. When I feel the urge to fix, prove, or explain, I stay in my hoop. When I forget who I am for a moment, I stay in my hoop. Where is your power? In my hope. Where do you stand? In my hope. Where is your center? In my hope. And where do you live? In my hope. Amen. So wherever you go this week, you're not just walking around this world. You are the sacred. You are the divine. Walking inside your hoop. Holy shift. Holy shift. I'm going to take us into prayer. I recognize the one life, one presence, one infinite intelligence expressing and moving as all things, as all life here now. And I know this presence lives within me, through me, as me. as it does each and every person within the sound of my voice and beyond. So I recognize this divine consciousness, this sacred field, this holy space, this holy presence that is God, this living awareness, this sacred hoop. And within this hoop, there is peace. There is peace. And if there is peace inside my hoop, there is peace inside the world. And inside this hoop, there is love. And if there is peace inside my hoop, there is peace inside this world. Inside this hoop, there is clarity and joy. And inside my hoop, if there is clarity and joy, then there is clarity and joy in this world. I trust this presence within me. And I release any belief in separation. I move with this. I live with this. I live from this. And I know the same presence is active in each and every one here. Our hoops are connected. They are connected, but they are not infiltrating. We are one presence in unity, in love, in direction, in clarity, and in peace. And we have peace inside us. We bring this peace to the world. I give thanks for this knowing. I give thanks for this divine presence as us. Individually, collectively, and each and every person we touch as we leave, knowing that we carry in our hoop peace, love, joy, clarity, and the divine presence. And for this I am so grateful. So I let it go as law, knowing it is done. Together we say, and so it is. Namaste.